That there are certain things that we should be conscious of, and there are certain things we should avoid doing to ensure that God is constantly behind us. Because you cannot fight the battles of life by yourself. And one of such anti-God behavior is tantrum, temper, and tension. You see? And so when we say get rid of temper, get rid of tension, it's not because it's just the fact that you stand the risk of having God step out of your world so you can deal with issues yourself. Now you can't afford that. You cannot afford that. So you've got to deal with anything that can corrupt your atmosphere, that can corrupt your climate, your spiritual atmosphere and your spiritual climate, so as to keep God constantly behind you. You need God constantly behind you. Now, while I was preparing for this sermon, I found two very interesting terminologies. I never knew these things existed. One of them is IED, intermittent explosive disorder. Do you understand? I also had the second terminology. It's called LFT. They call it low frustration tolerance. Now, if you don't deal with tantrum, they will label you insane. You stay on that track long enough, they will label you insane. How can you allow people to label you insane just because you don't have control over yourself? You have to. At some point, we've got to just, you know what? Just grow up. Just grow up. And now, anger is a legitimate emotion expressed illegitimately. Because the Bible tells me that Jesus got angry. But it was not personal. He was furious, but he forgave. So the problem is not the anger. It's God that placed the anger there. But you've got to manage yourself. You have to take care of yourself. Because tantrums destroys. It will destroy you. It will destroy your family, destroy friendship, destroy everyone around you, destroy your children. How do you subject kids growing up in a certain environment just because two adults can't control themselves? Hey, what is their problem? That they were born? What's their problem? How do you just destroy a child's confidence? Right? You know, a kid who grows up in a home where daddy and mommy are always arguing, they just can never fulfill their potential. You know why? Because every time they witness that, something dies in them. There's no way. They can never fulfill their potential. That is, even if you think they are doing well, right? Imagine what they would have become, or what they could have done without that exposure. Does that make sense? So, tantrum without cause is a bad one. It's a bad one. You know, you have a bad day somewhere. What if you have a bad day in the office? You go out, you have a bad day, you have a negative experience out there. Then you come into the home, you have to change the atmosphere and the climate in the home because something happened. So you allow something that is external affect you so much, and you get so angry that you pull down your own infrastructure. Maybe you won't take a hammer. Maybe you will replace a hammer with a tongue. And then you will lash out with your tongue. And then you will tear this very same infrastructure that keeps your family together. Because something happened outside the home. Because something happened outside your control. Because something you did not expect to happen has happened. Because we couldn't just have a civil conversation. Because we didn't just see eye to eye on this matter. Because we were not on the same page on this matter. Because I don't like the way your perception of this issue. So our infrastructure has got to go. Handle yourself with care. We define maturity as the ability to handle yourself. That's maturity. That's maturity. So sometimes we get angry without cause. We allow an external factor affect us. Sometimes we just desire vengeance. Vengeance. I'm going to show him that I am not just a sitting duck. You understand? I just have to have the last say. And so sometimes, again, the Bible says that do not avenge yourself, for it is written, vengeance is mine, I will repay, says the Lord. And then sometimes we just have an unforgiving spirit. You know, the anger, these are bad angers. Unforgiving spirit. Unforgiving spirit. So when you find that sometimes what you are actually angry about, on the inside, is not really related to, you know how Mr. A has offended you? And then you just get Mr. A. Then Mr. B comes around looking like Mr. A. And they say, yeah. You may have grown in age because you have no control over that. You go to bed, you wake up one more day. 24 hours time, one more day. You may have grown in age, but have you really grown? You know what I'm saying? So there are two levels of growth there. You may have grown in age, chronological growth, because you have no control, because God has set a date in motion. There's a time we are born, there's a time we die. You have no control about that. Every day you get older, you can't stop clock. Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. You will grow, and you are growing. But the question is, are you really growing? So he stopped growing at the age of 3, but he's 25 now. So at every point, so here you are, you're going to marry. Now you saw that, you see the girl there, you are going to marry this guy thinking that he's 25, but he's 3. You're going to marry this girl thinking she's 27, but she's 7. And at some point in that relationship, that kid will show up. He will show up when he doesn't get his way. He will show up when there's misunderstanding. She will show up when things don't go as planned. One way or the other, on that journey, that kid will show up. So my question to you is, who is really in control? Is it you or the child in you?